So we are back with a brand new episode of Walkin' Talkin with Tim, and my guest today is Mike O'Malley, who is the executive director of the Woodford Cedar Run Wildlife Refuge. This is very cool. So we're gonna do a quick look. Look at this. We're gonna do a quick 360. Come on, go with me, Mike. Look at this place. How gorgeous! Look at that. The view it's just stunning. Let's keep going. Come all the way around. Look at the other side of this bridge. It's crazy beautiful here. So we're gonna keep walking because you got a good look at the good stuff. But Mike, tell us what you do here and exactly what the Wildlife Refuge is doing in general. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. So we're a 171-acre wildlife refuge.
Yep.
And our mission is 3 parts. It's to preserve New Jersey's wildlife and habitats through education, conservation, and rehabilitation.
All right. So, and when if someone wants to come here, how do they do that? What do they have to buy tickets, or they just show up? How's it work?
You could do both. So we are open 7 days a week.
Right.
So folks can either pre-purchase admission on our website, or you can just show up at your leisure every day, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We also have memberships as well. And if you purchase a Cedar Run membership at any level, there's free admission all year with your membership.
Right. That's cool. And there's lots of stuff here that maybe you don't know about, especially people from my area down in Gloucester County. If you can see behind us, this is Houdini, the owl. You're surprised I remembered that. I am too, actually. So there's so many different, animals and birds here that you can come check out. So you got kids that you want to bring them up here and walk these trails, this trail that we're on. It's very fun. It's safe because, let me show you, it's safe because all the roots you can see they're all painted. So you know where they are, you won't trip and fall. That's a good thing. And I just thought that's kind of fun, right? and this place is just fun. Like, we already walked it, but we're walking it again. It's just fun. And you've got, what's the ducky's name? Quigley the duck here. He's very friendly. So as soon as we walked up to him earlier, he was just right on the fence and just hanging out with us, talking to us. Just
he loves a visitor.
It's so much fun to be here. So with that, let's talk about you. So let's talk about what's going on with Mike and how Mike got here, right? So you said that you grew up in Glendora.
Yep. Yeah, I'm local.
You're part of a blended family. You've got, was it 4 or 5 siblings?
4 other siblings.
So you're the youngest of 5.
Yep.
And you said you're pretty close with all your siblings.
Yes, very much so.
Which is very cool. You don't find that all the time, right?
Yes, I'm very lucky.
You're very lucky to have that. And you said you went to Triton.
I did, yes.
Which isn't too far from my high school, Gateway. I'm sure I've actually been there because I was a band geek and I used to go to the cavalcades and stuff like that.
Oh, no way.
So as you see, we're walking through here. You see all these enclosures. It's very cool because there's lots of different animals in all these fun enclosures, right? So when you come here, you're going to be able to experience, not just this nature walk, right? But you're going to experience all these animals that are in these enclosures that you never get to really see like this, in this capacity, right? Mm-hmm. Especially I love the fox. We have a little B-roll of the fox. So that'll go by. Kristen will make that go by. But this is one of the coolest things here, right? So there's a wedding. Is this considered a wedding venue?
Yeah, I mean, we use it for all kinds of presentations, but yeah, folks have gotten married here.
Tell me that's not a gorgeous spot to get married, right? But so Triton led you to what? What did you do in Triton? Anything special?
My love of the environment started, as a kid, and it definitely continued through Triton as well. I was part of the horticulture club.
Were you?
And was in environmental science classes, and I knew I wanted to learn more about the environment and wildlife, and that's what led me to Stockton,
right?
To pursue an environmental science degree. And ultimately, Stockton is what led me here to Cedar Run to do my internship as part of the degree. So I started as an intern in 2011 and here at Cedar Run, and I never left.
So how was Stockton? You're a Jersey boy going to a Jersey college, right? That's always a cool thing to do because A, it doesn't cost a fortune, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And B, you're not too far from home where you can come home, right? You know, what do they call that? Like suitcase.
Yes.
Suitcase college, right?
Yes.
Because I didn't go to college, so you know, not there's anything wrong with that.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, I loved it.
You loved Stockton. So what was cool about Stockton?
I think, especially for me, you know, having gone for environmental science, I mean, anybody that has either been to Stockton's campus or seen photos of it, it's hard to picture a better place to learn about the environment than in the beautiful setting in the pines that Stockton's in.
I didn't even think about that.
So plenty of my environmental science courses and whatnot, we got to go out on the property.
That's cool.
You know, and learn hands-on. So I really loved that. And I did like having the option, you know, being able to be so close to home. It was just a quick drive down the expressway to be back home.
Right. So when you were a kid, right? Mm-hmm. Did you guys go camping a lot? Like what was the thing that like really like stands out for you that got you interested in wildlife and all this, you know?
Yeah, definitely. We did a lot of camping. That was always my favorite thing as a kid growing up, going camping or going to, my dad is part of a hunting
We're going
club.
together on this one. Come on, man.
There we go.
We're going together.
Yeah, my dad was part of a hunting club that had a cabin that wouldn't get used in the summer months so much. So we would turn that into a family vacation and we would just be outside, you know, exploring nature the whole time.
Let's show them that tiny little bridge we just walked across.
We made it work.
You made it work. So you're Dad, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's really where it started for me, you know, being outside in nature and wanting to learn more about everything that was around me. And I fell in love and wanted to protect, you know, these wild spaces and of course the wildlife that call it home. So when I came to Cedar Run, I saw there was a very tangible way for me to be able to do that.
I mean, 171 acres. Now, you told me the story was in 1951, they bought 171 acres for $6,000, like just under $6,000, which in Medford it's an insane thought now, right?
Yeah,
so
it's unimaginable.
It's unimaginable. But how cool that they did that, the Woodfords, right? And you talked a little bit about was it the first animal that came Betty took care of, or was that later on?
Yeah, it was an orphan great horned owl. That a friend of the Woodfords had found, and they knew the Woodfords were local experts on the flora and fauna of the Pinelands, so they thought, who but Betty would know what to do with this thing? So she rehabilitated this guy out of the garage of the house in 1957, and fast forward to last year, we took in 7,963 sick, injured, and orphaned wild animals. So
it's insane.
It's grown a little bit over the years.
It's a big number of animals.
Yeah, it's huge.
So ironically, you know, what got us here wasn't just the fact that my wife Deb and my daughter Kristen came here for a chamber event, South Jersey Chamber. Shout out to Christina Renna. But it was, you know, Matt Edson, Dr. Edson from the Schreiber School of Medicine down there at Rowan, that had mentioned you guys, and also Dr. Lacavera, who was from the Edelman Fossil Park, who talked about, you know, we've lost 70% of our wildlife. So this is kind of huge, right? So we gotta spend a minute on how in the world we lost 70% of our wildlife. It's from people hunting, it's from destroying the environment, and there's no place for these animals to go. And is that the main thing? Like, you're educated on this, right?
Yeah, and there's different factors in, you know, different parts of the world. You know, New Jersey has its own unique set of factors, but in general, habitat loss really is the biggest issue that's facing our native wildlife. And as you can imagine, you know, even in South Jersey, you look around, there's just constant development everywhere. And it's harder and harder for wildlife to have appropriate habitats, and those habitats that they do have become fragmented from each other, and that's just one of the challenges that they face.
But how great is it? Let's just do the 360. How great is it that they have all this space to come and live and not have to worry about being attacked or hunted or whatever, They just get to live their lives,
Yeah, absolutely. So
It's really important. I mean, I just went to a dinner where Dr. Lacavera talked a lot about, what's going on with our climate and how it's destroying a lot of things on our planet, and you come here and you're thinking, man, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And for us, we have the ability and the privilege to give a second chance to all of those sick, injured, and orphaned wild animals to get them back out into the wild.
Right.
So if they end up with some type of injury or they end up without a parent, it's not a death sentence. We can get them back out into the wild, so they have a second chance.
Right. And you said people bring just about anything here, right?
Yeah, all species native to New Jersey. So everything from little orphan baby rabbits all the way up to bald eagles and everything in between. We see them all.
So when you find that injured, animal and it looks pretty like it's probably going to make it, you bring it here.
Yeah, and we actually, a lot of folks, there's a bit of a misconception. They think, well, I don't want to bother you with phone calls. It's, you're so busy. Well, we actually want folks to give us a call so we can walk them through, whatever they may have.
What you should do, right?
Absolutely, because oftentimes the animal may not even need to come to us.
Right.
But sometimes they do genuinely need our help. So
but you don't know what you don't know. And like you said, just call, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Just give us a call. And I mean, like I said, we treat almost 8,000 animals a year, but we take over 17,000 phone calls
My God.
a year. But we love being able to do that, to provide a resource to the public and to provide that education and help them through, the wildlife situation they've encountered.
Right. So one of the other reasons that we're here today, besides this interview, we're going this way?
We can go either straight ahead or that way.
That's perfect. So one of the other reasons that we're here today is because, my organization, Walk the Talk with Tim, which is a 501c3, is going to have on May 17th at Riverwinds Community Center at 9 a.m. We're having a 5K and a 1 mile walk, because you don't have to run. It's not all about that. Or you can just show up and have fun. So, but the proceeds this year are going to the Woodford Cedar Run Wildlife Refuge, and it's it's interesting how you end up here, right? How I ended up here, because I didn't know. When I was interviewing Matt Edson, he brought it up. I'm like, I didn't even know it existed. and then I talked to Dr. Lacavera, and he's talking about we're losing all of our wildlife, and then it was just like serendipitous that you guys were a great place for us to push these proceeds to. So I'm really excited about this 5K that's coming up, and we will drop that link in this video as well. So you guys, if you want to sign up, you can do that. But if people want to get a hold of you or get a hold of the Refuge, what do they do? Where do they go?
So you can just visit our website at cedarrun.org for all of our contact information. You can reach out to us through there. Or another great way to stay informed and up to date is through our social media. I'm a little subjective here, but we've got a great social media presence on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. There's lots of cute wildlife pictures and stuff and updates posted on there. So definitely give us a follow.
Yes, and there's some good videos on the website if you want to see this place.
Yes, absolutely.
But you got to come here to experience it. I had a lot on my mind when I got here today, and I've forgotten it already. I swear.
That's good. That's good.
We walked around for a half an hour, something like that, and it's all gone. Because you're out here literally in the middle of nowhere.
Nice and relaxing.
Nice and relaxing. So trails, we've got water, we've got a wedding venue, we've got animals. We've got so much to do here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you haven't been here, get here. Mike, thanks for being on.
Thank you so much, and we're so grateful for the support, and we're looking forward to the 5K.
Amen to that. So listen, for everybody else out there, keep walking, keep moving. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all that good stuff. And we will see you next time. Actually, we'll see you at the race, but we'll see you next time on Walkin' and Talkin' with Tim. Sign up for that race.